As travel is always unpredictable, so is internet, and especially in a busy airport. So we'll get back with Christy at a later point and talk all about traveling, that report, and how we can make traveling easier on all of us. But right now, we are going to switch to a new series. It's called Batwheels. This is an animated series, and I had an opportunity to speak with two of the voice stars of it recently. Let's take a look.
Time to buckle up and go on a ride with some superheroes as Batwheels rolls into your TV. DC is introducing their first ever Batman preschool series on Cartoonito on Cartoon Network and HBO Max. Today, I have the opportunity to speak with two of the voices behind this incredible series. Batmobile and Batwing Jet-Plane, Jacob, Betrand, and Lilimar are here to tell us all about the series. Thank you for joining us today. How are you both?
Thank you. We're doing good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm excited to hear more about Batwheels. So, Lilimar, let's start with you. Tell me all about the show.
All right. Well, everything you need to know. We are a DC Kids show based in the edgy, dark city pop city of Gotham, where we kind of get to meet Batman's whole vehicular crew filled with the most exciting Batwheels, which brings, Batwing and Bam and all of the fun-loving, everybody's favorite vehicular characters that we've seen up until now in the DC world. And you get to see them in this super, super fun coming-of-age / crime-fighting story.
And Jacob, you are Bam. Tell me more about Bam. He's a big leader in the show.
Yeah, Bam is he's the Batmobile. He's the kind of the leader of the Batwheels, and he's a little bit of an older sibling to everyone, along with, I'd say, Batwing. We're definitely like the older siblings. But yeah, he's the leader. He's super fun-loving, super earnest, like deeply, deeply caring, heart of gold. Yeah, he's just he's the best boy. He's Batman's biggest fan and right-hand man.
And Lilimar, you play Batwing. Tell me about Batwing.
Batwing is the supersonic diva that hopefully we will all know and love. And she's, like Jacob mentioned, a little bit of an older sister as well. And as much as she pretends to not care and be all good and suave with a lot of things, she is actually very happy to be here, very happy to be with her best friends. And I don't know, she's really good about teaching kids, I think, in the show that being confident in yourself is a bit of a superpower.
And what is it like being the voice of Batman's supersonic jet plane? Like, how do you get there? When you think about the voice work, what do you do to portray this?
I think we have some pretty amazing writers, and I think when I first got a taste of what was written, I just kind of read Batwing, and I was like, I think I know what I'm going to do. A lot of it's just based off of my own voice and the way I kind of naturally express myself. But I had a couple of like different divas in my mind when I thought of her. And I always say this: Chanel Oberlin, played by Emma Roberts on Scream Queens. I am the much more PG version of that. And so that's kind of like what I had in my head when I played her. Very diva, very out there, but still very sweet.
And Jacob, in regards to Bam, how were you able to get into character to portray Bam so well?
I remember reading the breakdown for Bam, and doing it a couple times. And there's another. I was watching this anime at the time called Tower of God, and there's the main character's name is Bam, and he is just the most pure, slightly naive kid in the world. And I was like, dang, like this is really like.
I see it now.
Yeah, I was like, this is really influencing me a lot. I'm just gonna do it with like a little spritz of that in there. And they're like, oh, we like it. That's sick. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. So that was definitely a little bit of an influence for me. But it's, I don't know. My little brother loves comics and stuff. So when I booked this role, he was super jazzed, and I kind of put a lot of the like just pure joy in for comics and superheroes into voicing Bam, because Bam, he, like everyone, is like a super huge superhero fan in the show.
Yeah.
And Lilimar, you alluded to this in my last question and answer, but how has this project different than other projects you've done, or the same, whether it's voice acting or live acting?
I think what's cool is I haven't done it was kind of refreshing to come back to because I hadn't done kids shows or like kind of kids content in a while, and it was so interesting to come back to it, at this age, and then just be like, oh, what are the things that are important to me? What are the things like I feel like we can really teach the younger generation? What are the things that we find super fun and funny? What are the things from our childhood that we loved watching? How can we incorporate that in there? And I just overall, I think all of us really appreciate that it's a show that's not dumbed down or made to be kind of cringy in any way. It's like, no, we want this to be their introduction to Gotham and the DC world and DC characters. How can we do that in the way that's still organic and like true to its essence, but still be for kids and have them be? Because I mean, Batman is giving tired dad energy, but at the same time, it's like we haven't done anything to change him. It's just the situation he's in. And it's so nice to see Gotham be like more lively and just all the funny stuff that you can bring into it. So it's a lot of fun to work on.
And Jacob, how is this similar to other things you've done? You've done some really popular things such as Cobra Kai. So how is this similar or different?
Oh man, well, the characters are very different, I will say. Hawk maybe like chaotic good, and then Bam is more so like lawful good. I don't know. It's fun, I haven't done as Lilimar said, like I haven't really done a kid show in a little bit, in terms of like voiceover. So it was really fun kind of getting back into this, and I don't know, it's so much fun hopping in the booth with the writers. We always have a good time, and we're always laughing, and yeah, I don't know, it's a very different environment, but it's just as fun.
And did you feel any pressure being the first actor to voice such an iconic vehicle, actually?
Yeah, I was a little intimidated at first, but mostly jazzed. I was pretty stoked to be able to, book the role and be given the opportunity. So, I mean, hey, hopefully everyone likes it.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Jacob and Lilimar, for joining us today. Batwheels premiered Monday, October 17th on Cartoonito on Cartoon Network. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us. You can also watch it on HBO Max. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.